Hello everyone. Hello everyone. Yeah. Um I want to deal quickly on a topic when the demand and supply fails and how to still profit from the market. Now, just like the way that other forex techniques fail, demand and supply also have the possibility of failing. Now, put at the back of your mind that there is no absolute method and techniques in the forex market. There is no absolute technique. Now, there are times that it fails. There are times that it fails. How? Now, we need to understand that we have the institutional traders, we have also market makers that are in the market. So there are times that they might not agree with each other. So the market, the direction of the market might not be certain. Now, what to do when all these fail and how to still profit with it. Now, I want us to have an open mind while I teach us this thing, when what to do when demand and supply fail. Why? Because we must definitely have seen such kind of scenario in our trade, and then we were confused on what to do at some point in time. So now I'm going to be using Bitcoin, BTC USD, in order for me to teach us these trade techniques, how to go about it when your supply and demand actually fail. Now, let's look at this Bitcoin chart. Follow me quickly. Let me start drawing it here. Let me start drawing here. Yes. Now this is the first level. Just follow me. Just follow me. Watch the video to the end so that you'll be able to be equipped fully on what to do when this happen. Now, I had to elongate that particular one. Now, so look at it, guys. Look at it quickly. Now we are in actually a bullish movement. We saw support, we saw resistance, we saw support, and then there was a pullback down to this place, to this area of what support, and then we went up also. And look at what happened, forming another area here of resistance, which is supposed to turn into support, but it was unable to turn into what, into resistance, into support, sorry. So it is still what, resistance. So we saw that the market started moving downward. Look at it, it started moving downward here. After moving downward, it broke the previous support. Now, averagely, we were expecting the market, when it reaches this place, when it reaches this arena here, this region, it should bounce back and start moving up. Why? Because this particular place is actually a previous support, and most times price normally comes to hit and bounce at the previous support before moving to continue the trend. But we saw that at this particular place there was nothing like that. In fact, until it reaches this place, and then it gave us a chart pattern here, which is double top. Let me expand it a little bit, which was double top. Look at it, double top. That was in the evening, and then we began to sell. We began to sell down, and we sold down massively. Now, what will you do now? For example, because when an average trader see this, now he will say, this particular place is a stop hunt. Normally, yes, it's actually true, it's a stop hunt. But what will you do when you know that previously it hits this particular support and it continued the trend, and approaching this particular place now you expect it to hit and continue? Now control the trade. Now let's understand something, that you now trading alongside the institutions and market makers is what gives you the money. It what gives you the profit you are looking for, the massive profit you're looking for. But when you decide to go against them, you will definitely lose money. You definitely lose money. So what will you do now when this setup fails? Now I want us to understand something, that you should always trade what you see. Don't trade what you assume. Trade what you see, because it is what you see and you trade with it that actually give you hedge in the market. So now trade only what you see, don't trade what you assume, because what you assume might not work. Like if now, for example, now we assume that this will actually hit this support and then begin to go up, it means that automatically we are going to lose our trade. Automatically we have lose this trade, and then it will what, it will be a massive loss. Because look at the sell, look at what happened, look at the sell. It was a massive movement, it was a massive movement. Look at it, it was a massive movement. And if you have a little account, you will not be able, this is actually Bitcoin, you won't be able to stay in this kind of market. Now, so what will you do, what will you do when this fails? Now put this at the back of your mind, that when a setup fail, because you trade what you see, when a setup fail, now look at how the price moves. You discover that the price started moving here in the opposite direction, signifying that the institution, in fact, with this particular move, you discover that institutions are interested in selling. The institutions are interested in selling. Look at this massive move. That is a massive move. Then look at this massive move after this consolidation. Now they are interested in selling this particular pair, which is our Bitcoin. Now look at it. Now what you will do is for you to come back to your previous support and resistance. Your previous support, sorry. Wow. Your previous support. Or rather, let me just put this thing instead of drawing it horizontal. Now look at it. You can imagine this is the previous. Now once price reaches the previous support, it's actually a clear sign to you that institutions are still interested. In fact, look at it. That's even the point at which there was a consolidation. It was at this point that there was a consolidation. Look at it well. There was a consolidation here. There was a consolidation. Now, this consolidation now is actually an opportunity, if you have not entered the market, for you to be able to enter the market and take advantage to make profit of the market. To make profit of the market. That is why the consolidation is there. Now let's try to go to the previous. Let's try to go to another previous. Let's see if we can get another previous area here. Okay, let's say here, this particular area here. Look at what happened. This is the first one. This is the first one. Look at it. Look at it. You see, price still came to the previous one. Now, after that one, after the break of the support, after the break of the first support and heading to the second support, and you saw this signal here, this signal, that's the pushes here, having strength, it means that the market has changed. So now is for you to look for opportunity for you to sell. Look for opportunity to sell. Don't say that because it has broken it down, you will now not trade entirely. No, just because the previous support failed does not mean you should not trade. You can still trade. You can still trade. Now, how will you trade? You wait for when there is consolidation and then see a clear chart pattern. After you have seen that chart pattern, you enter with one mind, because the trend will continue in that particular direction. Once the previous support or resistance fail, these are the things that you look for. These are the things that you look for. You look for a confirmation that institutions are backing this particular movement. How? By looking at the candlesticks that are being formed. The candlesticks that are being formed. Look at the candlesticks that are being formed. Now, this particular is candlestick is actually sign of volatility, sign of strength in the market. Look at this here, sign of volatility and sign of strength in the market. Now, after this, the next consolidation should be your what? Should be your entry point. Make sure you look for a good chart pattern and a good confluence for you to enter this particular trade. Make sure. Why? Because this shows that institutions are actually interested in the sell. Okay, let's look for another example. Let's look for another. You see, it continues selling. After this, it continues selling too. You see it. It continues selling before it reverses for a buy. Now look at this. Now let's look at another example. Let's look at another example. Let's look at another example because I want us to understand this thing very well. Okay. Okay, this buy here. Now this buy. Now this buy started, let me just put, this buy started with this particular region here. We saw a support here. We saw another support here. We saw another support here. We saw another one here. Then here then comes the last one. Okay, it still went up. Now thinking that this will continue the buy. This will continue actually what? Buying. Look at it well. And all of a sudden, there was what? There was a change of movement. And then here comes at this particular support. Now, once the price was at this place now, many people will say, there is tendency that price will what? We bounce and continue, which it actually did for a little time. See it here, bounce at this place, which was the area of support, which everybody will be expecting. That's retail traders. You see, that's a sign of retail traders. You see little candlestick, retail traders trying to push themselves. Little candlesticks here. So that's the proof. Little candlestick. Now look at it. Then here comes another move downward to this particular region again, the same region again, and then we saw this support being broken. Now we saw this support being broken, and look at what happened. It broke down from up here down to this place. Now breaking about three supports. Breaking about three supports. Look at it. And then here comes, after that support, see what happened here. Tested this support and began to continue. Now, if only we do not wait to confirm, we could have entered the buy here at this particular place, which was actually consolidation. It was even in a range. Discover that the market was even in a range. You see, the game here is patience. The game here is patience. You need to have patience while you trade, because if you don't have patience, you enter all this fake breakout, all this fake bounce, and then begin to lose money. Now, this is just a secret which I use when a support and a resistance actually fail to break. When it fails to break, or when it fails, this is actually the secret. What is the secret? In summary, number one, I wait for a clear movement in the opposite direction. A clear movement in the opposite direction. Number two, I also check for confirmation of patterns, chart patterns, and then number three, wait for consolidation in the new direction. Once I get consolidation, I'll be able to get an entry point, and then from there I enter the market. Now, thank you so much for watching this video. This is what to do immediately your support and resistance, or your demand and supply, fails. See you in the next video, everyone. Kindly subscribe to this channel, click the notification bell so you'll be notified, and share with your family and friends. Thank you. Thank you for watching this video. Do like, share, comment, and subscribe to this channel for more information.